Nice.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Okay, let's play the theme song, and then we can.
Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 217 of the Game of Death podcast. I'm your host Chris. With me tonight, Caleb.
What's up, guys?
Uh, what's going on, Caleb?
Not much. What's going on with you, man?
I'm doing. I don't know if I announce this now or if I announce this later or if I don't announce it at all. But just for everybody out there who wonders what's going on with our friend Christoph, Mr. Hollowblade, as it stands right now, Hollow will not be returning to the podcast.
Yeah, there's some uncertainty, but it does not look good.
Right.
At least for a while.
Like we've talked about Caleb leaving before, and that was when he moved to San Francisco, and he was only gone for a little while. But as it stands right now, Hollow will not be back on the podcast, and it's not because we hate him or anything like that. He just doesn't enjoy playing video games anymore at this moment in time. So, feel bad.
Yeah.
Kind of sad that he's not going to be here, and more so sad that he's a friend and I like to game with him, and with him basically retiring from video games, it's kind of sad.
Hall's got some things to work out. He might come back with video games, but we have no idea.
Yeah. But I just wanted to put that out in front. I know, so that you guys don't like send us a bunch of messages again. Or like, "Where's Hollow? Where's Hollow? Where's Hollow?" We know you guys love him. He knows that you guys love him. He's just taking a step back from video games for a little while.
Yeah, he's got some things he's focusing on.
Exactly. With that said, welcome to the Game of Death podcast. We are a proud member of the Geeky Antics Network, and it's again another slow news week.
It's the summer. There's a couple things coming out here and there we can talk about.
There are. The first thing I want to say, because I've been spending the past like 2.5 hours playing it, is Pyre is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Pyre is the third game from Supergiant Games, the company that made Transistor and Bastion. So this is probably one of those games a lot of people are going to buy without really knowing what it is, just based on those names alone. And it sounds like it's not a bad decision. I mean, people know that the games they make are fantastic quality. So
I am so glad I knew nothing about this game going. Like, I didn't even know this game was coming out until Caleb was like, "Yeah, I think I might just pre-order Pyre." And I was like, "What the fuck is Pyre?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Supergiant Games' new game." It's really weird to say.
yeah. Supergiant is always pretty under the radar, I feel like, until they show up. Like, they'll announce stuff. It's never very big when they do. And then stuff kind of shows up. But, yeah, I was hyped about it at work and then thought about it until, like, a week came out and was, oh, shit, Pyre's coming out.
I didn't even know it was coming. And what makes me really sad about this is, like, I'm a huge Supergiant Games fan. Like, I love Bastion. It's one of my all-time favorite games. I really, really like Transistor. And, like, normally I stay on top of this. Like, I was fucking talking about Transistor from, like, the day they announced it to the day it came out, and then afterwards. Just because Bastion was so influential on me, and I love that game so much.
Good old Bastion.
And I've talked to Darren a few times, who does the music for Supergiant Games.
Darren Korb?
Yeah, I've had, like, dinner with him. I think it was either dinner or lunch at PAX East one year.
That's so random.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you're in the games media and you're like when I first played Transistor at PAX East, it was that PAX East. He was the one that demoed the game for me.
Nice.
And we got to talking, and like I had no idea who the fuck Darren Korb was beforehand. And then he's like, "Yeah, I do all the music, blah blah blah," and he was telling me about all this stuff, and I got like we hit it off, and it's not somebody I like keep in contact with, but when I saw him at PAX East, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. But it's just really neat to be like, "Oh, there's a new Supergiant Games game out," and fuck, man, is it good. Pyre is so good. Pyre is not like Bastion. Pyre is not like Transistor. Pyre is its own thing.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And I don't know a lot about it, but the only thing I've heard is that apparently the fighting system is like an action RPG mixed with NBA Jam, which is weird and confusing. But I'm sure it'll be cool once I try it out.
It's not fighting. It's a basketball game.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, that's why.
It's a basketball game. It's 3-on-3 basketball. But it's not. But it's magical basketball. It's like a tactical RPG meets NBA Jam.
I'll play magical basketball.
And it's one of those things where like you can only move one character at a time, and you have 3 characters on the field, and they all have different abilities. Like some are really fast, and some are really big, and some are really small, and some can fly, and some can teleport. And basically, you're trying to grab this ball that shows up in the middle and slam dunk it into your opponent's pyre.
Nice.
Until it reaches 0.
Okay.
And they're called rights, and they're super quick. Like a right will last like 5 minutes.
Oh.
And there's a shit ton of reading. Like if you are not about reading in video games, you will not like this game because it's choose your own adventure, and then every once in a while there's this 3-on-3 basketball game, and then more choose your own adventure, and then more 3-on-3 basketball.
That's kind of funny because the Bastion and Transistor were incredibly light on any kind of talking or reading, except like where game mechanics were concerned, and they had to take 30 minutes to explain how it plays.
Right.
At least as far as Transistor, but very light previously.
That's why I said this is completely like. Remember how little story Bastion had?
Yes.
Reverse that.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I like that, but I'll try it out, and I'll probably still like it.
Like, the world building they do, and the characters that I've met so far, and the lore, and everything that's going on in this world is amazing. Even to the fact where, like, the world building's so good is every once in a while you'll come across, like, in the text boxes, there'll be red text that'll show up that you can hover your pointer over, and it's kind of like an annotation to tell you what it is.
Oh.
So they'll say, like, the Commonwealth, like, in a normal conversation, and the Commonwealth is actually the name of a city. And it'll be like, the Commonwealth is blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
It is so fucking cool.
That is very interesting.
It's really cool. There's also, like, a bunch of backstory that you can get into, like, if you read, like, the optional book pages and get the optional conversations. There's a versus mode, so you can just play basketball with your friends.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Like, it's a really badass. I played, like, 2.5 hours of it so far, and I didn't want to stop the Comcast.
Okay. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, I'll have to try it then.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. What have you been up to? Playing anything?
Still playing a lot of Mass Effect and doing other things here and there. Quick update, actually. I've been playing a pretty good amount of Mass Effect, and last week I said the game was an 8, that I really like it. It's pretty entertaining. It's got some weird stuff. I'm going to lower that to a 7, because I still really like the game, but the more I play it, the more I realize how how broken this game really is. Actually, I've talked about like jank in this game, and I didn't think it was too bad until recently, where like I got stuck in a wall a few times. I would come out of a battle and I literally couldn't interact with anything. Like the game just it gets going really fast and then it just shits itself and it breaks, and you have to like reload your last save file. Like it's not optimized well.
In the
Now that I'm getting
46 hours that I've played of Mass Effect, not one of those bugs ever.
really, I got
Ever.
the. Maybe it's because I'm playing it for such long periods of time, but like I played for like 6 hours or so on Saturday, and the not interacting with anything happened twice, and I just had to like reset the whole game. But I don't know. It's still fun. It's just weird, and it's not the best made. But I guess that's kind of what you were saying to begin with. So
Like I would give it like a 7 or an 8, like
yeah,
myself, after playing it because it's the best Star Trek game that I've ever played.
it's the best Star Trek that they've ever made. It's a very good Star Trek game.
And people take offense to that for some reason when you're like, oh yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda is like the best Star Wars game to ever come out. And people are just like, oh, well, it's not Star Trek, it's Mass Effect. And it's like, have you played Andromeda? And I think that's
Yeah,
what turns a lot of people off is because it's not like J.J. Abrams, which is what I'd consider like Mass Effect 1 through 3 was more like J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
yeah. I thought Mass Effect One when it first came out, I was like, this is the best Star Trek game ever. But this universe is basically Star Trek. Until I played Andromeda, and then I was like, okay, no, this is way more like Star Trek.
Yeah,
But
it's more TNG though.
yeah, it's more TNG with your adventures and you're making friends and learning lessons along the way.
There's even the fucking Borg.
There is the Borg. I am so shocked at how meaningless all of my decisions are in this game. Like they're just kind of flavor. Like you can do this thing or you can do this thing. It won't really affect anything, but you made that choice and that's important. And I'm like, I guess, but it's fine. It's not a problem. It's just weird coming off of all of the other Mass Effects. Like nothing matters in this game. You just
Everything matters in this game.
really.
That's the that was my big difference that I
I
had
feel
with it
like
was I felt like Mass Effect like not one your shit mattered, but you didn't realize how much your shit mattered towards the end of the game. And
yeah.
that's how this game plays. Where
Okay.
once you start reaching the end game, you start to realize like, oh shit, that choice I made back there to do this, that really changes this that's happening right now.
Okay. Because so far the only change that the only thing that's happened, and I guess this is technically spoilers, but it's not like a huge plot point. Like when you set your first colony, and you can choose it to be either a military colony or a science colony, and I chose science colony,
Yeah,
and
because it's
then
Star
some,
Trek. Of course you could. Of course you
yeah, of course you fucking choose science. You don't go for a military, and so I came back to the Nexus, and like people were protesting, and they were like, "Ah, oh, we're military, and you should have brought our military families out of hibernation."
Yep.
And I was like, "Fuckers, go home." And they were like, "Well, okay." And that was literally all that happened from that decision.
Have you done the murder mystery?
I did. Where you find out. Well, I guess I shouldn't spoil it for those who might not play it. I did,
With the
and
Solarian?
that one was actually I the one with the Turian is what I
Turian,
did,
excuse me, Turian.
and
Yeah.
that one was actually pretty good. It didn't have a lot of. It doesn't like mean much in the grand context, but it was a fun story.
It
It was
does.
it was very TNG ish.
No, it means more.
Does it?
Yes. Depending on what
Okay.
you did.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens when that time comes then.
And have you started searching for any of the other arcs yet?
Yeah, I found some Turians. I just got to Vold,
Okay.
and I've done everything on Eos and almost everything on Havarl. So
Okay.
I'm pretty high level. I'm like doing all the side stuff. But I just got to Vold and I'm cruising around on this fucking frozen snow planet.
So you've met the fish people?
Yeah, the fish people are pretty cool. They're kind of like half fish, half octopus. I'm not quite sure, but they are very fishy.
I don't like them.
You, you don't like the fish
I don't like
people
them. Nope.
because you can't eat them like real fish.
No, because I do in this game where it's very data esque, the character from Star Trek Data-esque, where not a lot of not a lot of emotion,
Oh, creatures aren't very emotional, just in
and then
general.
to have an entire race that is driven by emotion.
It's really interesting.
It's kind of weird, and it plays out the way that it
Okay.
plays out. I don't know.
I thought it was kind of I thought it was funny that like in the first game there's like an amphibian race and there's like kind of a bird reptilian race and then there's a couple other ones and then they decided they wanted a new one for this game so they were just like oh fucking just it's just fish people I
Fish
don't know
people. I wanted
just fucking
frog
fish
people.
but the Solarians are basically frog people. They're
They're more
amphibians.
like salamander people.
I mean I think I don't see as big of a distinction in between those two as you do I guess. I mean, salamanders are not frogs, but they're all amphibians, and I feel like they're not too much different. But that's neither here nor there. But it is still enjoyable. It is just a little jank, a little jank here and there.
I guess so. I picked up Rise of the Tomb Raider, by the way. That was something I picked up on the sale because it was like $20.
Nice. Oh, is that? I guess we should have mentioned that last week, but there was a huge sale on PSN, and so you could have gotten things.
I think
knew.
it started Thursday. Don't
Yeah.
think it was going on when we were recording.
Okay, because I know they had another. They already had a big sale, and then they were like, "Have another sale," and they dropped another one on Thursday. And there were literally two giant sales. But yeah, so Rise of the Tomb Raider. Have you gotten into it yet? Have you played it?
Yeah, I played it most of the weekend.
Yeah.
It's more Tomb Raider. It made me realize that I really wish that Horizon Zero Dawn played more like Tomb Raider and less like Far Cry.
In what way? Like the climate?
In the controls and the traversing. Like give me the way that I control Lara in that game, but give me the big open world that I had in Horizon.
Okay.
Like I think Rise of the Tomb Raider just controls and plays a lot better than Horizon does.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can concede that. Rise of the Tomb Raider is super fucking smooth in its controls. It is very nice. It feels very good.
I think I enjoy Tomb Raider more than I enjoy Uncharted. Like Rise, I think is a better game than Uncharted 3.
I'd say 3. I don't know if it's quite as good as 2 or 4, but it's pretty close.
I think it's better than 4 too. I think 4 is one of the worst.
Oh, okay. 4 has some 4 is not everybody's cup of tea. It's different.
Like I think my biggest problem with Uncharted 4 was I wanted them to be risky and do some shit, and they didn't do anything.
No, they just made it more Last of Us.
And it was just a regular old Uncharted story. Like there was like kill somebody. They didn't even kill fucking Drake's brother.
No.
Kill somebody in that game. Jesus Christ. They've
They
never,
kill.
think about it. There is not a good over 4 games. There is not a single good character who eats it.
You could potentially say the same thing of Indiana Jones, though. I'm trying to think whether or not that actually happened.
Well, Sala dies in Indiana Jones. You find that out in Crystal Skull.
Oh, that's right, because he gets old.
Because he gets old.
Because he gets old, he dies off screen.
Yeah, same thing with the old architect guy that I can't remember.
The guy who has a statue in the 4th one that doesn't exist. The movie doesn't exist. The statue exists.
Yes. Marcus.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yes.
goofy guy from the third one. But
Yeah.
those are just like people getting old, and that's I mean, what's his name was like 60 when they made that one, Harrison Ford. So it's not all that surprising that they just kind of. What else is going on today? Is there anything in the news that you want to talk about in particular? I was mostly just going to talk about well, Pyre got announced, and people need to know about that.
Got
And
announced? No, Pyre got
or no, it got
released.
released. Got released, and people need to know about that. And I want to say there are other cool games coming out, but I just can't remember them right now.
The Destiny beta happened.
The Destiny beta happened. None of us are playing the Destiny beta. Actually, yeah. Uh, you can get into the Destiny beta if you have a Japanese PSN account, apparently, by just going on the store and downloading it. That's I don't know if they patched that yet, but something to think of if people want to try it and they don't want to pre-order that game.
The fact that Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS is going to have amiibo figures and amiibo support that unlocks the fusion suit, aka I had to go pre-order more amiibos. So
How many amiibos are there now?
a lot.
Too many.
Pokemon Go Fest happened. It was a shit show.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pokemon Go Fest happened. It was really bad. People got their money back.
That happened. I played Pokemon Go for the first time in like a year.
I heard that the Legendary release this weekend was a huge bust.
I can catch an Articuno if I want to walk down the street.
It's kind of cool.
But that's that, I guess.
That's that.
Think Geek got new NES Classics in and sold out in I think like 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. That's cool, I guess. People still can't get NES Classics.
Nope. And
News.
big news that I want to talk about because it was big big news in a lot of the Facebook groups that I'm in is the SNES Classic went up for pre-order at Walmart. Walmart.com. 11 o'clock, like 4 days ago. And everybody ran and pre-ordered it, and they were sold out in like 20 minutes. And then Walmart released a statement like 2 days later that was like, yeah, it accidentally went for pre-order. We're canceling everybody's pre-order.
Wait, say that one more time.
Walmart accidentally put them up for pre-order. So they canceled everybody who pre-ordered them's orders. Because technically, they can't sell the SNES Classic in stores yet. And pre-order is selling it.
Yay.
Yeah, because it hasn't passed the FCC stuff yet.
Oh. Cool. Yeah, I've heard that most places are already completely sold out, or were sold out like the day that pre-orders went up.
Nobody has taken pre-orders yet.
Nobody. I thought
Nobody.
somebody was taking pre-orders.
Walmart was.
Well, Walmart was, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and Target said they will take pre-orders on it, but they didn't say when.
Okay. Cool.
So, I don't know. Like, I really like Austin said. He's like, I can't wait to not find an SNES Classic this fall. Yeah. Austin also said some European stores have taken pre-orders, but nobody from North America.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I thought I'd heard about like Amazon UK or something that had been doing it, even though technically they're not supposed to.
No, European. It's past the European stuff. It can be sold if they were able to go from pre-order.
Oh. Okay.
So, I know that a lot of Americans jumped on that and pre-ordered in the UK, and are going to pay exorbitant shipping rates and stuff. But I don't know. Like, I want one, but I'm not going to fucking jump into a car at 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night and wait outside of a store until they open the next day to pick one up. I'm 30 years old. I don't do that shit anymore.
You can do it next year when the Nintendo 64 Classic comes out.
They announced that, right? Or it's
The
confirmed to be real?
rumors I think are going around. I don't know if there's been confirmation yet, but I did hear rumors pretty recently that which is just I don't know. I still don't understand what Nintendo's doing, but I guess they're making money or something.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about N64 Classic. Like, my big thing is I wish that they'd release some of these games on Virtual Console.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they don't. Which, I mean, obviously it would drive up value for the N6 for the SNES and NES Classic, but then those aren't selling because they're not being made. So there's there's a lot of weird things happening here, and I wonder if Nintendo knows what they're doing. And I feel like I've said that a lot, but it's because I just don't get it.
And my biggest thing is the SNES Classic is like double the price the NES Classic was.
Yeah.
And for $90, you can get like a Raspberry Pi and install an emulator and everything on it and play all the games on the NES Classic and all the games on the Super NES Classic. Like, that's my biggest thing is like I can play a lot of them. Like Austin says, like it's cool and everything, but he's not waiting hours for a bunch of games he can play for free on PC. And I play a lot of the games on PSP. I modded my PSP and was playing a bunch of like old NES and Super NES and Sega Genesis games. Best thing the PSP was ever used for.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool. Sega Genesis. When are they going to make the Genesis Classic? Actually, I think they did like 2 years ago. My brother has one.
Well, did you hear about the Genesis Legacy Collection?
I did hear about that actually.
It's completely free.
It's completely free.
It's completely free.
It's completely free.
Completely free.
When, how, where? When is this coming? I'm looking out the window right now. Where is it? I want to play Genesis games I would actually love to play Genesis games again, especially if they actually had enough like consoles for you to buy.
It's called Sega Forever.
Okay, I did game, and I didn't know that it was free.
Yep. Sega has your back. The video came. I'm reading this stuff. Magic, by the way. They officially launched the first wave of the Sega Forever collection with 5 titles meant to begin a retro revolution that would transport players back through 2 decades of console gaming. Starting today, the 1991 version of Sonic the Hedgehog, Phantasy Star 2, Comic Zone, Kid Chameleon, and Altered Beast were available on Google Play and iTunes as free ad-supported games. If you have an iPhone or iPad, your games will come accompanied by iMessage sticker packs. So they're free but ad-supported, and they're on mobile.
Oh, no, you know what? I did actually hear about that, and now I remember not knowing how I feel, because I do want to play those. I'd just rather pay for them, actually, than just have ads. But I guess it depends how many ads there are. It might still be cool.
Just turn on airplane mode.
I guess that's, yeah. Yeah. Do we have a release date for this, you said?
They're out now.
Oh, they're out now. So I'm behind the times, clearly. Everybody's probably already playing Sega Forever. But you guys should check it out if it's something you guys want to get into. But do we have questions tonight?
Yeah, of course. I pulled emails. I always pull emails.
Always. Cool. We got some questions we can answer from some of our viewers. You got some ready to go right now?
Yeah. Joseph wants to know what we thought of the trailers coming out from Comic-Con. What was our favorite?
It depends on the trailers as far as how I felt. I feel like my responses might surprise people, but you go first. How do you feel about the trailer? Well, let's get the trailers. Let's get the trailers in a list first to get a sense of what we're talking about. So we got Westworld.
Yep.
We got Stranger Things.
Yep.
We got another Justice League trailer, which I haven't seen, but which I've heard has a lot of Wonder Woman.
Yep.
We got there were a couple others that I'm blanking on.
I got a Thor Ragnarok trailer.
We did get a second Ragnarok trailer, and
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yeah.
There was a Rocko's Modern Life trailer for the movie that's coming out.
Yeah, there is an Avengers trailer for Infinity War that was shown behind closed doors and then leaked, and I don't know if it has been officially released yet, but the leaked one... Okay, because the leaked one was garbage quality, but it's something.
I'm going to say no, they have to have been released.
Okay, then we don't have to talk about that one.
There was a Hey Arnold trailer was released.
Hey Arnold?
Hey.
What's hey Arnold doing these days? Ed, is there a new show coming out?
They're doing a movie.
Okay. All right.
There was some other stuff too, but the ones that I really care about we named already. Oh, there was a Defenders trailer, but that looks boring.
A new one?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, Defenders?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, a new Defenders trailer came out.
The Marvel Netflix. What was it? Hallway Fights, the TV show?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and a new Kingsman trailer.
And I did see that. I did see the new Kingsman trailer. Yeah. I did enjoy that.
All right, what were your, let's say, 3 favorite?
Stranger Things.
Okay.
The thriller really sold it for me. Westworld, which looks awesome.
Yep.
And based on some of the other ones, probably Kingsman, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like an amazing movie, I'm sure, but it looks pretty entertaining, and I did like the first one. Some of the Marvel stuff looks good. I don't know. I've been tired for a while. It's more Marvel. Defenders, I feel, is like the ultimate more Marvel.
For me, my favorite trailer was Ready Player One.
I still need to watch that one, actually.
It's one of my all-time favorite books. It's being directed by Steven Spielberg.
People are already talking shit about it.
People are going to talk shit because they're like, oh, it's pandering to the geek culture. It's pandering to geek culture. And it's like, read the book. The book, that's what the book is, nothing but 80s and 90s callbacks.
I admit that people saying that perspective is kind of dumb, them saying that, but I still think it's really funny. Because it just seems very not self-aware.
Right, whereas Ready Player One is very self-aware. Like, the book itself is very self-aware of what it's doing. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. He has a couple other books that are really famous now, too, just because of that one. Yep. I've heard he's a good writer. That's one that's been on my list for like 2 years. Stranger Things. I love that trailer. I cannot wait for more. Like, honestly, cannot wait for more.
I wasn't sure what they were going to do with another season, but I'm pretty damn excited that they're making one. Now that I see the trailer.
I thought it was really funny to watch Eleven come out of the wall butthole. I'm sorry, wall sphincters. Yeah. I thought it was an interesting image, but I didn't automatically connect it to butthole. I did, because all I could hear was Hammerlock being like, Claptrap being like, they're coming out of the wall sphincter. And then probably Westworld. Yeah.
Westworld, I mean, another one where the first season's really great. No idea what they're even going to do for the second one, but it looks like they've got a good plan too. And I'm getting giddy. I was getting giddy just seeing things happen in the trailer.
I'm a little worried with the trailer, though.
What about it worries you?
We have a lot of the answers now. That we had, like what I really liked about the first Westworld was it was this weird kind of like murder mystery, kind of like what the hell is actually going on kind of thing, and they answered almost every question at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
And now it's like they showed like what looked to be a bunch. It basically looks like robots on a rampage from the trailer.
Uh, Kinda. That's part of it, definitely.
And that makes me a little sad because I wanted more like intrigue, like seeing Dolores riding on the back of a horse with this giant shitting grin on her mouth, firing a shotgun at people, is not how I want to see that character. That's not Dolores to me.
It's pretty fucking entertaining. Um, I'd say that's in character though. It's part of the heel turn at the end of season 1. It's just
But she
weird
doesn't
to
turn
see
heel.
it.
That's the thing. She's not a heel. She's the
So-
face of the entire show. She is the protagonist through the entire show.
Yeah, she is, and I mean, but I guess it depends on in what way you think of her as the protagonist.
She's the good guy.
Yeah, and in my mind, but in what way is she the good guy? Because me seeing her kill rich people, that's totally in line with how I view her as a protagonist.
Oh,
Like
really?
it's kind of fucked up, but it's like, well, she's free now. Like these people are monsters who would use her and her friends and family, her robot friends and family. Like, yeah, she's gonna start killing them. Shit's gonna get really rough. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. I mean, everything in Westworld is very gray, but I think there's still going to be some opportunities for intrigue as far as like I don't know if all the other robots are just going to be killing as well, or if there's going to be conflict between some of the robots that are left and some of the people that might be in the park still. What's his name? The guy with the black hat. He's clearly having the time of his life now because there's literally less than 0 rules now that the robots are self-aware and shit's getting rough.
Right.
That little smile at the end just killed me.
I don't know.
You just unsure about it.
I'm unsure. Like, I was more excited to be like, yeah, more Stranger Things, and that could just be because Stranger Things is a lot closer.
All right.
Stranger Things is like October. I'll be watching Stranger Things, all of it at once.
Yes.
Which, let me tell you, I hate watching shit live.
Yeah, I it's one of the reasons why I don't watch TV anymore, because the idea of having to watch things live is weird and confusing now.
Like, I'm sitting here watching season 7 of Game of Thrones.
How is it, by the way?
Like, really good. Like, they did a really good job of like the story arc, and you can feel everything crescendoing to this epic conclusion. And like people will be like, "Oh, well, nothing's happening in these first 2 episodes," and it's like just the buildup of there is going to be this epic fucking conclusion to this story that we've been watching for 7 seasons. You can feel it. Like they're set. All the pieces are in motion. Everything's finally coming to a head, and it's just. But what pisses me off is we get to an end of an episode and I'm like, I want to know what happens next. Let's watch the next episode. And it's like, I can't. I have to wait 7 days. And it sucks. I'd rather just be able to blow through it.
If I do watch this next season, which is probably pretty likely eventually, I'll probably just wait till it's all done. I don't know if I'm as into the zeitgeist as I used to be for previous seasons, but
I'm not into the zeitgeist. I'm really into the story.
Okay.
Like, I'm really into the story. I'm really like, I have my own theories about it. It's kind of the way I watch, like the way I watched Westworld, where I have theories about what's going to happen and who's this and who's that, and like Game of Thrones is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's nowhere near as good as Breaking Bad, but it's really good.
Is Breaking Bad still your favorite show of all time?
Like live action show, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not watching a lot, but I'm excited for stuff that's coming out soon.
Yeah. But like Game of Thrones is really good. I think Westworld was better than a lot of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I think Westworld season 1 compared to what was it last year? Game of Thrones season 6?
Yes.
Was like it was like hands down no brainer.
See, I wouldn't
But
compare it to season 6 because I thought season 6 was one of the best seasons of Game of Thrones. I'd compare it more to season 5.
oh really?
Yeah, because I thought
Okay.
season 5 of Game of Thrones was boring.
Season 5 was boring. That's when I stopped watching, like religiously.
So there's that. Oh, speaking of Westworld, they announced what the Game of Thrones guys are going on to do afterwards.
Yeah,
Did
and
you hear about this?
people are already getting pretty butthurt about it.
And it's like, why? I don't understand everybody's butt hurt. It's a fucking TV show.
Yeah, I think it's because it's. I think the argument from some people, and just so everyone's on the same page, the showrunners for Game of Thrones are said that they want to do an alternate history where the South won the Civil War and
They've already
is a
announced it. It's
different
called
is a
Confederate.
yeah, and is a different country,
Yes, and
which is fine.
basically in this alternate history, it's current times, maybe a little bit later, and the world, America itself, is on the precipice of another civil war. Basically, the North versus the Confederacy.
Huh.
That is where they want to put it. So,
Okay.
people are
And
people are
people
butthurt.
were yeah, people were butthurt. One of the big arguments was that it's not that creative and it's been done a billion times and there's no reason to do it now that it's very close to home. And I can kind of understand the argument. I just don't care about it that much myself.
Like I'd watch this. I really like alternate history. What I don't like is the people that are like, "Yeah, have you watched Man in the High Castle? Man in the High Castle's so good," and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay to watch. It's okay if you do something where Hitler and Japan has won World War II, one of the biggest
Nazis are
atrocities
always okay.
to happen to humans ever, and the genocide of the Jews. But
And
you talk
5 million
about
others.
you
Yeah,
talk about slavery and African American people. That's not okay.
it's super not okay. Yeah, it's just
I just
and I'm being sarcastic there for anyone who didn't pick that up.
for me
Yeah, no,
it just
it's
pisses me off a little bit.
I was kind of confused because like I've seen like that plot concept come up before, but I don't think it's like something people do all the time. Not nearly as many, like maybe a tenth of as many times as people do World War II, like alternate realities and shit.
Look at Wolfenstein.
Look at Wolfenstein. I like Wolfenstein, but it's not. It's I don't play it because it's a brilliant game and it makes me feel special and makes me feel things in the emotions. I play it because it's dumb shooting and it's fun.
See, I think a lot of people got their panties in a bunch because they were like, "Oh, two white guys handling slavery. Oh, what a shock!" And then it was like, it came out and it's like, you guys realize that the other two people behind this are two black people, right?
Are they? I actually
Yeah,
didn't even know that. I
yeah.
didn't pay enough attention.
The
Huh.
the two other producers on it are a black woman and a black man, who were like, "Yeah, this show's gonna be the tits." So,
No, you gotta. Doesn't fit the narrative.
oh, it doesn't fit the narrative, so
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay, Chris.
it's not okay.
It's not okay. I don't know. Like I'm just trolling. I don't really care either way.
All right, let's move on to
We'll
some
see.
more questions. Eric wants to know what's
Yeah.
our go-to song in karaoke.
Uh, everybody wants to rule the world.
I've never done karaoke
Oh,
ever, but
ever.
but had I done karaoke, have I if I were to do karaoke, it would either have to be trying to think, All the Small Things,
Nice.
or I'm the real or the real Slim Shady, one of those two. Or if I want to be really honest, it's I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
I can dig it.
I love that song. 80s and 90s kid. Dan wants to know what's your favorite RPG series or game.
RPG series or game?
Yes.
This is something we've talked about. I don't know if we've gotten this exact question.
No. We've gotten favorite Final Fantasy game and favorite Western RPG, but I don't think we've ever gotten favorite like RPG series or game if it doesn't have a series.
There's a lot of really good RPG series out there, but I feel like if I have to choose the best, I'm always going to go with the Mother series.
Really?
And Mother 2 is still like my favorite RPG.
Um,
Game solid.
Chrono Trigger is my all-time, hands-down favorite RPG of all time.
Also very respectable.
So I'd have to say, I guess the Chrono series.
The two Chrono games,
the
I
two
guess.
Chrono games.
Did you play Chrono Cross ever?
I did. I did not like it nearly as much as I like Chrono Trigger.
It's a very common sentiment from what I've heard.
Like, it's still decent.
Yeah.
But John is talking about Crash got at Comic-Con, Crash Bandicoot HD Collection got a DLC announcement. It's going to be Stormy Ascent. It was a level that was cut from the original game for being too hard. This is after I've heard that the new Crash game is not good because it's super hard.
Because it's super hard. I had not heard that.
John says people are calling it Dark Souls hard.
Dark Souls hard. Well, ooh, man. Oh no. Is Kyle gonna have to go pick up some Crash Bandicoot and throw down? Is it the new Dark Souls?
If you like hard platforming, I guess.
Okay. I mean, I might check it out. I have tended to Super Meat Boy here and there in the past.
Oh, I love Super Meat Boy. I love Super Meat Boy. I can speedrun that game quite quickly. Not world record quickly, but quite quickly. Paul wants to know if what do we think our chances of seeing Bloodborne 2 at PSX is? I'd say
if they showed,
I'd say 80 to 90%.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have just showed it at E3, but they held back a lot. I don't know anymore. Actually, I want a Bloodborne 2. I just don't know if I believe in the possibility of a Bloodborne 2. But From Software has tended to lie as far as what they're working on sometimes. I'll give it a 50.
I think 80 to 90%. Okay. There was too much stuff leaked before E3 to show that a Bloodborne 2 was coming, and I think Bloodborne 2 was originally supposed to be shown at E3, and I think that it got cut for whatever reason.
Oh.
And they went on with what they did, and it was lackluster.
Yeah. I mean, Bloodborne 2 would have been a really, really easy way to turn that around really quick, honestly.
What's your favorite kind of taco?
Favorite kind of taco, huh?
Yeah. I like the kind that's called a burrito. It's my favorite kind of taco. I don't really like tacos.
You don't really like tacos?
No, like, if I'm getting Mexican, I either want an enchilada or a burrito.
See, in Mexico, it's funny because Mexican Americans and people in America get all into this, but in Mexico, a taco is a burrito is a taco. It doesn't matter. You put shit in a tortilla and you eat it and you shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what we like to do around here, I guess, because we like to argue about things that don't matter in the States.
Like, hard shell tacos are not actually a Mexican thing, guys.
That
is an American thing.
That is yes, I might call it a Mexican-American thing, but it is still an American thing.
Right. If you go to Mexico and you go, hey, can I have a taco? They're not going to... You will never find a crunchy taco in Mexico. Like, you might at, like, a Taco Bell, but it's not what is considered a traditional taco.
Correct. It's just a small tortilla with some meat and some fixins on it.
Yeah, it's a burrito that you don't fold all the way.
It's a burrito that's not big enough to fold.
And there's usually not rice in a taco.
There's usually not rice in the taco, that's correct.
That's usually the big difference.
Yes. Yeah. But you know what? If we have to go favorite kind of tacos, I'm gonna say the naked chicken chalupa. Cause fuck you, it's a taco now. The naked chicken chalupa is fucking God in taco form. Is amazing, and I'm sad that it's gone.
Are we considering a chalupa a taco?
if it's a naked chicken chalupa, which is just a taco with fried chicken instead of shell.
Well, a chalupa is just a taco with a fried shell, rather like a fried tortilla, rather than a crunchy or a soft tortilla, like on fried tortilla.
Yeah, it's just more tortillas basically. So it's fine, whatever.
Yeah. So then a supreme chicken chalupa from Taco Bell is my favorite taco. Unless I'm eating at like an actual Mexican place, then I'll normally get the chorizo.
If we were gonna get really mad about like super specific taco rules, though, I would say a chimichanga is my favorite taco.
Did you just say a chimichanga?
Chimichanga, favorite
A
taco.
deep fried burrito is your favorite taco.
It's my favorite taco. We're getting real serious about it, so there you go. It's my favorite taco. What? Chris is losing it. Oh, what's going on? What else do we got? I feel like
Pancakes or waffles?
They're both really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. That was a tough one.
I'm gonna go waffle.
I'm gonna go
waffle.
I'm gonna go pancake. I like a good waffle, but I love a good waffle, but a good pancake is still my favorite.
Like I really like pancakes, but there's just something about like the crispy edges that a waffle gets. So you get that soft innard, but that like little bit of crunch on the outside, and that mouthfeel you get from biting into the crunchy. It's got like that texture, rather than like just a soggy, delicious pancake. It's my thing. But yeah. I really like crepes. I just started making crepes myself at home. So, I like crepes. I don't know if they're considered a pancake. Who's the best video game dog?
Who's the best video game dog?
Yeah.
I can only, let's see. We got Yoshi.
Yoshi's not a dog. He's a dinosaur.
He's basically a dog. No, he's not a dog. We have Poochie from Yoshi's Island 2. We have Dogmeat from Fallout 4.
Uh-huh.
We have the dog from Dead to Rights that gets ammo for you and can stealth take down guys. What other dogs do we have?
There's the dude from Duck Hunt.
There's the dude from Duck Hunt.
D-Dog from GS5.
3-Dog from Fallout. He's a dog.
KK Slider. 3-Dog's a radio host.
He's a dog. KK Slider. KK Slider's a dog.
Yes, he is a dog.
But he's like more important than a dog normally is. He's like a character.
Yeah, but he's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
There's the dog in Fable 2.
There's the dog in Fable 2. I was just going to say that.
Is there a dog in Fable 3?
Probably.
Oh, Parappa the Rappa's a dog.
Parappa the Rappa's a dog. Parappa. Don't stop believing, ever.
There's a dog in Mad Max. Max. What's
his
name? What's his name?
About
Dinky D. Dinky D. His name is Dinky D. I just had to look it up.
Dinky D?
Yeah. Amaterasu from Okami. She's a dog.
Amaterasu is a dog. Dark Souls. Sif the Giant Wolf, who fights with the. Did you ever get to that fight? I don't think you did.
I don't think so. Growlithe the dog.
Who?
Growlithe? He's a Pokemon. He's definitely.
Or is he a cat?
No.
Okay.
He evolves into Arcanine.
Okay. It always confuses me because a tiger is clearly a cat. It's like dog tiger. But yeah.
Rush from Mega Man. That's the best dog.
We have a lot of. I was just gonna say a lot of dogs. There you go.
Rush.
I'm gonna go Amaterasu on this one. Very big fan of Amaterasu. Big Akami fan.
Rob wants to know what's the best food you've ever eaten and what's the worst food you've ever eaten.
The worst.
Yeah, best and worst foods. See, hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, these are the hardest. I don't know if I can remember the worst I've ever had. I feel like probably just expunged it from my memory. But best, probably this fish and chips you can get at this place in London near Hyde Park called Mayfair Chippy. It's fucking incredible.
Best food I've ever had were nacho fries that Caleb got me when I first got off the plane in San
Oh
Francisco.
yeah, from Garaje for anyone who lives near San Francisco, and
Um,
down in Selma. Place is awesome. I haven't been there in a while.
One of my all-time favorite foods that I've ever eaten. The worst food I have ever eaten is anything with raw celery in it.
Anything? Who puts raw celery in something unless it's just like raw celery with some peanut butter to make up for the fact that it's celery?
I don't know. Celery, like, I'll eat pretty much fucking anything except for celery. Like, celery is the devil's vegetable.
The devil's lettuce.
No, that's pot.
Oh, that's right.
The devil's vegetable is celery. It's disgusting. It tastes like shit. It gets stuck in your teeth. It's hairy. When you bite into it, it's got all those like weird strands. It is not a good food. Nobody should eat celery, and nobody would be angry.
Are you suggesting we save the world by preventing celery?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that's a fully formed ideology, but let's workshop it. I think we can put something together. So anything with celery, basically.
Anything with celery.
Anything with celery. Okay.
Raw celery. Cooked celery is okay. Cooked celery is a-okay.
Yes, cooked celery is okay. I was going to say celery, especially in like soups and stews. Awesome.
Yeah. Stuffing, if you fry it first, you cut it up really thin, you fry it first. It's really good. I feel the way about celery that a lot of people feel about onions.
People don't like raw onions. I mean,
Yeah, like a lot of people don't like raw onions, but they'll eat like as long as they're like really soft and not crunchy at all, they'll eat onion.
I feel like raw onion is worse than raw celery.
No, raw onion's delicious. I'll eat an onion like an apple.
Oh, you fuck right off with that.
You think I'm kidding? We grow onions here, and I will pull them out of the ground and eat them as I'm walking around our backyard.
Ugh.
They're sweet and tangy and delicious.
I can do tart, and I can do bitter, and I can do sour, but I can't do onion.
Love me some fucking onion.
What else do we got on the agenda, Mr. Onions?
Oh, by the way, we went to a Moe's today. Have you ever been to a Moe's? It's like a Chipotle.
No, a Moe's?
Moe's. It's called Moe's Grill or some shit like that.
I have not. I don't know if that's something out here.
Okay, well, we have Moe's out here. Me and Dawn had to take the bus. We took the bus to the vape store, and we were like getting back to get on the bus to come home, and we stopped in Moe's to get dinner, and I bought 2 burritos and 2 drinks, and it cost me $25.
Wow. Yeah, that's. I don't know if I like those prices.
And
but
I'm like, I could have went to Chipotle and gotten 4 burritos for what I just paid.
Was it any good?
No, they weren't even that great.
Like,
I will never be back there. They don't heat their tortillas up enough. They don't put enough filling in them. They make them long rather than fat burritos, so there's like not enough of anything in them, and their pinto beans taste like shit.
It's sad. It's a sad burrito.
It is a very sad burrito. I just wanted to throw that out there. Don't get the most.
If you just tuned into the podcast, we're just talking about good burritos and bad burritos.
Adam wants to
So
know
the
what's your prized possession?
my headphones.
Yeah.
I paid a lot for them. I take them everywhere I go. They are very high quality, and I'm a very big fan of them. They are already a part of me.
My prized possession, I'm gonna get really sentimental and sappy here, is probably my wedding ring.
Oh,
It is my all-time prized possession in this world. Me and Dawn had been together forever. We had been engaged forever, and it took a lot of all the right pieces hit in the right spot for us to finally get married. And the fact that I married like one of my best friends in this entire world and someone who I can talk to about anything, and we still have fun and none of those weird like marital problems that a lot of people have, is just amazing. And I love her every day. And whenever I miss her or she's gone, I can look down at my hand and remember like I's married, and I love it to death. And it's a cheap like $30 tungsten wedding band,
nice.
but it's probably my. I like. It may be really cheap, but if I were to lose this, I'd probably cry more than like if my PS4 broke.
Oh,
So,
it's very sweet. Now I feel like an asshole.
don't feel like an asshole. Where's someplace that you'd want to go that you've never been someday? For me, it's Tokyo. I want to go to Tokyo really bad.
I do want to go to Tokyo as well. I also want to go to Dublin.
I've been to Ireland.
Yeah.
I've been all around Great Britain. I've been to France. I've been to Spain. Been to Germany. I've never been like east of that, and I'd really like to go east of that. Like, I'd really like to go to Tokyo. One place that I really want to go, I really want to see Toronto. Like, I live 6 hours south of Canada, and I've
Yeah.
never been. So, like, those are my two big places that I want to go. Aside from that, I really want to go to New Zealand.
Nice.
Just to go
New
hiking.
Zealand is you just throwing that in there, just a little hint, just tossing that in there.
No, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand because I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and that's where they shot
Yeah,
it. And
I
it's
would.
like,
Yeah, I would like to go back and have more time to actually see New Zealand.
like
Not that I don't love going for work, but
that's my big thing is like, there's like places here that I've been that I want to go to when I'm not working. Like, I want to go back to Boston. Every time I've ever been to Boston, it's been for PAX.
Boston is a fantastic city.
I've been to Philadelphia once in my life, and I went there for a magic tournament. So like, these are places I want to go like with my wife and my friends, and like do stuff that's like touristy rather than, hey, we're going here to work.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm reading. We'll do some more questions. If you
I
could
mean, we've gone
cosplay,
for yeah. Go ahead.
we've been going for almost an hour. If you could cosplay as any character, who would you cosplay as?
I feel like we got this like a month ago. In fact, I'm pretty sure we did. I just don't remember what our answers were.
For me, it's Sid from Final Fantasy VII. He was it was my very first cosplay, and I'd like to do it again.
Nice. I could see you playing a good Sid. You did say Sid last time.
I did.
You did.
I have the beard now though, and I wouldn't shave the beard. I wouldn't want to shave the beard. So now, like cosplaying is something I really like doing. I like sewing and I like making things with my hands. So like now I'd have to find like a really good kind of tall, little heavy-set bearded character.
Yeah, no, you could do it.
Yeah,
You could do it.
I know.
You could be Barrett.
No,
Barrett too.
I can't because people get mad at Barrett.
Yeah,
Nobody gets
please.
mad. No, and I'm okay with this. Like, I'm okay that people don't get mad when an African American person cosplays as a white character. I'm super happy about that. Okay? But then don't get mad at a white dude for cosplaying as a black dude. As long as they're not in blackface.
I
As long
was
as they're
just
not
gonna
in
say, I
blackface.
feel like that's the one. That's the one qualifier I would add. Because I was about to make a joke about that, and I was like, maybe it's not so good.
No, it's not good. I'm just saying, like, if you've noticed, we've been a little bit more PC when it comes to talking about race. And that's because I don't want, like, some SJW online to find our show and then, like, completely attack us and us be, like, the next, like, death threat. My information is everywhere on the internet. I don't
Yeah.
need people attacking me.
The next, who is Greg Miller's co-host?
Colin
just a few months
Moriarty.
ago.
I don't
Yeah,
need to be the
Colin
next Colin
Moriarty.
Moriarty.
Oh, Colin. What an age we live in.
Like, I kind of want the publicity, but I don't want the death threats.
That seems legit. Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be as worried as something like that, but I know that people can even just pissing off groups of people is something we probably don't want to do as far as trying to run a good podcast. Regardless of whether they get just little mad or super mad, like Chris is describing, just in general. I don't know if I've answered the question yet, actually.
No, go ahead.
I don't remember what I answered, so it's probably going to be totally different. But I would cosplay as Solid Snake if I could pull it off. Probably Naked Snake, actually.
Naked Snake?
From Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay.
Just because it's
Yeah,
a
I
little
know
more
what Naked
classic
Snake
and classic, and he's got like the mullet and the hair and everything, and it's fantastic. But it'd be hard for me to pull off. But if I did cosplay, and I probably never will, that's what I would try.
Really?
Yeah. Some wrong with with Naked Snake.
No, nothing's wrong with Naked
With-
Snake at all.
With Cursed Venom Snake,
Cursed Venom Snake.
whatever his name is now. Do we got a couple more questions?
We'll do one more.
All right.
We'll do one more. What are some things that you love that keeps you going in life?
Some things that you love that keep you going. Your wife?
In life.
Yeah. No, I'm saying your wife.
It's for me. It's friends and family. Without
Yeah.
without like my wife and Hollow and you and
Yeah.
some of my friends here, wouldn't be able to really like. I'm bipolar, so having some people that I know actually care and actually wonder what I'm up to and
Yeah.
say good morning and actually care about my well-being makes me quite happy.
For me, friends and family are a big one too. I think the biggest thing for me has always been knowledge and learning. I just like learning in general. I usually have my face in a book, and I go through a lot of books pretty quickly, and I listen to a lot of different stuff, both audiobooks and music. I don't know. I'm just always going for some kind of new topic or concept. And it's amazing. It's amazing how big and complicated this world is, and how the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But friends and family is definitely still up there. It's close. It's a pretty close second.
Oh, by the way, me and Dawn were talking, and the person I want to cosplay as the most, by the way, is Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. Did that come up last time? Because this sounds familiar too. Actually,
I don't know because I don't think I
not?
had the beard last time. I don't think it was actually 2 weeks ago. But I really want to cosplay as Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Yeah, you could do pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I'm a big dude.
Oh. Maybe we should keep that one in mind. Honestly, keep that in the back pocket.
Keep that in the back. Oh, yeah, I'll keep that in the
Yeah.
back pocket.
You should.
Beard's got to get bigger though.
The beard has to. Is it still getting bigger, or is it
Yeah.
just? Oh, all right.
My beard, like if I tilt my head down, my beard's almost to my tits. I have a very
Has
curly beard.
there's not a point where it literally just like stops growing, right? It's just continuously until you cut it.
Pretty much. Like
Yeah,
some people's facial hair stops growing.
yeah.
But it's kind of like hair where, like the hair on top of your head where it gets to a certain length and you're
Hmm.
like, I don't think my hair is growing anymore. And then, like, you look back at pictures and you're like, holy shit. Just because it's constantly there. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks, guys. It's been great. What do we got, Chris?
If you guys want to be part of the show and answer questions and shit, you can send us an email to podcast@gamingdeath.com. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/gamingdeath. Though I don't post on there very often, the best way to get in touch with us is sending us an email. Check emails every day. We are proud to be part of the Geeky Antics Network. You guys should head over to geekyantics.net for more great shows just like this one, like Horseplay Live, which is hosted by the Podfather himself, Yogizilla. Also, if you're listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher or any place like that, make sure you guys leave us a review. Tell your friends about us. If you're listening to us on the YouTubes, please do me a favor and go ahead and leave a comment and like the video and share it with your friends. I appreciate it. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. I'm Chris.
I'm Caleb.
Have a good night, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hey there, chat. Thanks for hanging out. John, have a good one, dude. Guys on YouTube, thanks so much for checking us out again. We'll keep doing these as long as you guys keep coming. So, we will see you guys next week. Have a great night. And we love you.
And we love you guys.